They're there when we need them. They are the first responders. Police officers, firefighters, and paramedics respond when we have an emergency.
They put their lives on the line to save others, but what does it cost them if they get hurt? Our Jennifer Merrily found out. It is a story you will only see right here on CBS Atlanta.
Rick Massey told me he knew he could lose his life in the line of duty, but says he never thought an injury sustained on the job would leave him permanently disabled and unable to work again.
This is a medicine. I have pain every day. Somewhere something's hurt.
Rick Massey moves around slowly these days. The former veteran Troup County Sheriff's deputy was forced to resign from a job he loved.
It's one of those jobs you're not going to get rich at it. But there's sometimes when you're riding down the road, you feel like, I did good today. And that's the days you live for.
June 2008, Massey responds to a final call on his way home.
This blue Toyota comes in my lane, and it's doing in excess of 80 miles an hour. We went headlight to headlight. The smell of death, that's what it had.
Massey didn't die, but he was horribly injured. His right foot was pinned in the frame of the car and had become unattached. One of the first responders was a close friend.
And the look in his eyes told the story. I mean, I looked down and he asked me, did my shoe come off?
His left knee shattered, backbone injured. Massey also suffered a torn artery and a bleed on the brain. Recovery was slow, too slow to keep Troup County from letting him go.
A little use policy that states a member of the Troup County workforce, if you're not able to come back to work within 12 calendar months, you lose your job. There we go.
Workers' compensation covered Massey's numerous surgeries. Then he settled with the county for future medical bills. But just a few years later, that's almost run out, and he still can't work.
My man card has taken a beating, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it really has. I have to watch my wife work 50 hours a week sometimes just to try to keep us through, and then, you know, handouts from my 78-year-old mom helping us out.
I've seen firsthand what happens to them.
Attorney Lance LoRusso is a former cop who advocates for injured officers. How often does this happen to officers?
It's an excellent question, and nobody seems to be able to answer it.
Lock the door! Now!
The standard throughout the United States is if they can't meet the grade anymore, they're dismissed for inability to perform the job.
I'm proud of that.
Today, the National Sheriff's Association Purple Heart recipient spends his days at home, often unable to concentrate and constantly in pain. He stays in the dark to save money on the electric bill. His advice to other first responders: fully know your department's policy and get as much disability insurance as you can afford.
You do not think in a million years you'll lose your job if you get hurt. You think, you know, you go down the line of duty, they got your back.
We contacted Troup County about Massey's case. They responded saying they don't comment on past employees. And we wanted to know how other counties across Metro Atlanta handle employees injured on the job. For a look at those policies, go to cbsatlanta.com. Look for this story under latest headlines. There you'll find an interactive map. Just click on the county whose policy you'd like to see.
In the personal story segment tonight, Paula Deen made an emotional appeal for forgiveness this morning in her first TV interview since being fired by the Food Network for using the N-word.
If there's